Hey guys, today we're going to talk about skateboarding. Now the first thing that you need to know about skateboards is that they're built with 7 layers of 3/4 inch plywood stacked on top of each other and glued together. Now skateboards come in all different shapes and sizes. The particular skateboards that I like to ride are 8.5 inches wide. That's just different with every skater you come across. Now, the first thing you need to know about skateboarding is your stance. And you find that out by taking a board and placing it like this in front of you. Now, whatever foot you step on the board with, that is going to be your front foot. So if I step on the board with my right foot and put my left foot on, that means I'm going this way, and my stance is called goofy. Now, if I step on the board with my left foot first, that means naturally I go this way, and that stance is called regular. Now, the second thing you need to know how to do to start skateboarding is start pushing. So once you figure out your stance, my stance is goofy, so I put my right foot forward and I put my left foot on the ground behind. Now what you want to do is keep both feet facing the direction where you want to go. And once you get one good push, you want to then put your back foot on the board and then slowly turn your front foot so they're parallel with your shoulders facing out when you're still moving forward. And this lets you balance easier and stuff like that. So once you get the pushing down and you get your stance comfortable, the third thing you're going to need to know is how to turn your skateboard. This is pretty tricky, but with practice and with time, you'll get it perfectly, so don't worry about it. So we got your stance, you're goofy, you get one good push, and once you're riding and you square yourself up, let's say there's an obstacle in your way and you have to get around it, you want to slowly lift your front foot up so the board goes up like this, and then you turn it with your front foot and you can move like that. And so that looks like this. And it's a really easy, simple way to maneuver your skateboard around different objects. Okay, now that we've learned the 3 basic steps to riding a skateboard, we're going to go over 3 basic tricks that you need to learn to do all of the other tricks in skateboarding. But before we learn those tricks, I want to talk a little bit about the 2 different types of skateboarding that there is. There's vert skating, which is one type, and then the second type of skateboarding is called street skating. Vert skating is what they do in half pipes, ramps, bowls, stuff like that. You might know the famous vert skater named Tony Hawk. They're famous for going up and down ramps, huge air, spins, 360s, 900s, stuff like that. It's a really cool style of skating, but it's also a really scary, dangerous style of skating that I'm too scared to do. So the type of skating that I do is called street skating. And that is everything else basically other than vert. It's going to skate parks, skating ledges, rails, stairs, doing flip tricks, and some other things that we'll go over later today. So just know that the topic that we're going to focus on is street skating. So the first and most basic foundational trick that you need to know is called the ollie. Now the ollie simply is a jump with your skateboard. So you're going to stand on your board like this. So I'm goofy, I'm going to go this way. And you put your back foot all the way on the tail of the board. And you want to put the balls of your feet right in the middle of the tail. Your front foot you want to put just under the bolts, so where your front toes are just inside of the board. Now you have to know how to balance to do this trick, and you're probably not going to do it the first try, and so don't get discouraged. Just keep trying it, and I promise you'll get it. It took me almost 2 years to learn how to ollie, so you'll get it before that, I promise you. So what you want to do, the basic steps, is to get down in the jumping position just like you would jump on the ground, and then you want to explode up, and when you explode up, you want to take your back foot and you want to flick the board like this. You want to make the board go up. So when you jump, your goal is to flick the board, and with your front foot, when the board flicks, you want to take your front foot and slide it up the board and then flatten the board out. And so I'll do it and show you guys what that looks like. And so I'll show you one more time just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. You don't get it every time, but it's okay. Just keep practicing. So that's the first basic trick, and from that trick will stem every other trick that there is. So the second trick that we're going to talk about is called the pop shove it. And this is the second trick that I learned, and I believe that it is the second easiest trick to learn besides the ollie. This trick is basically popping the board, and you shove it with your back foot, and it spins the board 180 degrees. So basically, you do this. It's a really cool trick. If you're riding and maybe the board's not facing the right way, you can do a little pop shove it to get it facing the right way. But it's a really cool trick to learn how to do. So I don't know if I'm going to land this first try. So don't laugh at me if I fail. But you're going to take your front foot, and you want to put it sort of in the ollie position, but scoot it down, and then you want to point it forward. It makes it easier because you're not going to do anything with your front foot regarding the pop. You're going to catch it with your front foot, but you need to get your front foot out of the way. So whatever position you need your front foot in to get it out of the way, do that. The back foot you're going to put in this pocket back here. Now because of the curves, and I'll get close to you so you can see. Because the curvature of the skateboard is curved here and here, it creates this pocket right here. And that's where you want to put your back foot. And so you put your back foot in this pocket, and when you jump and just scoop with your back foot. So it's a really easy trick. It's pretty difficult to first get, but once you get it, it's super easy and a super fun trick to do. So you put your back foot in this pocket, your front foot, point it, and lower it on the board, and just get it ready to get out of the way. And so you just jump, whoa, pop shove it for the most part. Now, the second part to pop shove it is to catch the board. Now when the board's spinning, you have to stop the board from spinning too much so you don't fall. So you do that with your front foot. So when you get your front foot out of the way and you pop it with your back foot, your front foot's going to hover over the board and stop it when the board reaches the point that you want it to reach. And then you stomp the ground. So I'll do it one more time to help you guys see that front foot catch. You see how my front foot caught it and stomped on the ground? Now that trick is really essential to learning a lot of other spin tricks. There's tricks such as big spins, nollie big spins, varial kick flips, tray flips, and that all has to do with this spinning motion of the board. So pop shove-its are very vital to skateboarding. The third and final trick that we're going to go over today is called the kick flip. Now this is probably one of the most fun tricks to do. It's pretty hard to get every time, but like every other trick, if you practice it a lot, you'll figure it out, no problem. And so the foot placement for a kick flip is the back foot is the same as an ollie. So you want to put your back foot in the middle of the tail and take it out of that pocket like the shove it was in the pocket. This one's not going to be in the pocket. So you take it back just like the ollie, and your front foot is going to basically be in the ollie position, but you just want to take it and turn it a little bit so you get your toes ready to flip the board. And so you set up like this, and the basic motion, and I'll come up here so you can see, the basic motion of the kick flip, your front foot's going to be here, and you're going to pop the board like normal, and you want to kick the board right in that pocket that we talked about earlier. So you want to kick the board in the front right pocket of the board if you're goofy. If you're regular, you're going to kick that way. But you want to kick it right here so you can flip the board like that, and then with your back foot, you're going to catch the flip. So with the pop shove it, we caught the board with our front foot. With the kick flip, we're going to catch it with our back foot. Now, we'll see if I can land one, but don't make fun of me again if I don't. But watch the back foot and the front foot and how they work together to catch and flick the board. And I know that was pretty quick and it's hard to see, but if you can really tell, and I'll do it again, if you can really tell my front foot, you watch it, it turns and goes up the board just like an ollie, but then it goes to the side and flicks. And that's really important. You really want to get that flick of your foot to get the board to spin pretty quickly. So we'll do it again and try to watch the flick. And also, if you notice, my back foot caught the board so it wouldn't rotate it. Now those are the three basic tricks that you need to learn if you want to start skateboarding. Just to end up the video, I just want to share a quick testimony of why I started skateboarding. Skateboarding to me is just a way to express myself. It's a way to just forget about everything that's going on in life and the stresses of life and really just focus on something that I love to do. Skateboarding requires a lot of mental capacity and it requires you to focus really hard, and so it's impossible to think about other things while you're skateboarding. And so for me, skateboarding is a way to escape reality and just to get lost in something that I love to do. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something today. Love you.